Hi, we're meeting Greg Rose from
Yes.
Doctor Seaweed. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me to talk.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and about your company.
So I'm Dr. Craig Rose, I'm a marine biologist and I've worked with seaweed for probably 20 years. So about 10 years ago I set up my company and we have the Doctor Seaweed brand. So it's all about my background as a doctor of marine biology and really how do we get seaweed, which is a forgotten food, to people in ways that can actually rediscover. And because seaweed addresses some huge nutritional deficiencies that people have all over the world.
Like what?
So basically, seaweed is the only natural source of iodine. Now, iodine is something people may or may not have heard of, but it's an essential nutrient. So you have to get it in your diet, and you only get it from either fish or from dairy. And seaweed, like I say, is the only natural plant-based source. So the iodine you have to have for your thyroid to work right. And if your thyroid doesn't work right, it affects your brain function, it affects energy, it affects weight management, sensitivity to cold, brittle hair and nails. Every cell of the body is affected by the thyroid hormones, and they have to have the iodine to work. So the seaweed simply gives your body the tools it needs to work right. Like say that 5 billion people now globally don't get it. So across the range, we've taken this same core seaweed. We produce the seaweed ourselves in Scotland. So it's wild harvested sustainably, it's dried, it's milled, and then put in the capsules. And then across the range, we've blended it with other natural nutrients to support either menopause symptoms, immune health, beauty from within, so for hair, skin, nails, collagen formation, and a whole range of other things. So like I say, we've been going in the UK 10 years, and it's very successful there across retail and other channels. And now we're launching in the US in partnership with Catalo, who have manufacturing and distribution here in the US and also in Asia.
So you harvest the seaweed in Scotland and you manufacture in the US for the US market?
Yeah, exactly. So we manufacture in a group of islands in the very northwest of Scotland called the Outer Hebrides. So it's beautiful, pristine waters. We test every single batch for safety, quality, nutrition. And then that core seaweed ingredient for the UK, we manufacture in the UK. And now for the US, this is our launch here at Expo West. We'll be manufacturing in the US to distribute in the US, and we've been manufacturing in Hong Kong for distribution around Asia.
It's hard to choose a partner for if you're such passionate about your product, how that process looks like.
Yeah, so I met Calvin, who's the CEO of Catalo, about 3 years ago, and they are very dedicated to quality, to natural products. They have very advanced manufacturing and great distribution. So the brand and the sort of qualities of what we represent fit really nicely together. And obviously ours is all about seaweed, so it's a niche within, they have a very large range of products. So there's a really nice relationship there.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit about the other products. What do you mix the seaweed with?
So for example, the menopause, which is won so many awards of sort of supporting women with menopause, that's the seaweed, but it's got B vitamin complex, it's got vitamin C, it's got vitamin D3, and also red clover, which is a phytoestrogen. So we say it's totally natural. You could get all of this in your diet, we just don't.
Yeah.
I could take this product because it's natural, it's just formulated specifically for women, any stage of the menopause and later life. It's just one capsule a day, so it's all about that ease and convenience.
Okay. If you have other kind of ingredients in your product, how do you ensure sustainability and ethical sourcing of your products?
So that restricts us a lot because lots of products, to be natural as well, is quite restricted because there's lots of synthetic nutrients which are great for manufacturing but not great for the consumer.
Yes.
So we spend a long time sourcing really important ingredients. We work with distributors that we trust. I've been doing this nearly 20 years in total. So you get to know people and you get those relationships.
To build the trust, how do you ensure, or what the steps you take to make sure that there is continuous transparency between you and the consumers?
So it's a great question because with the seaweed is still a bit weird to people.
Yes.
They may know it in sushi or more Asian food, but actually every culture around the world used to eat seaweed. So we have to rebuild that trust. So like I said, we harvest in Scotland, but we DNA test every single batch so people can analytically see it is what we say it is. but we also have an online traceability system, so people can go and look on Google Maps exactly where that batch was harvested.
Wow.
They can download what's called a certificate of analysis, so that's the independent testing on the seaweed itself, and even the names of the guys that were harvesting that particular batch. So it's that full, transparent traceability. So we have to build that trust so people understand the quality, but then also are educated on the benefits for them.
Oh, and you have this for every batch?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Amazing. Well, with your experience and your look at the market, how do you see the trends going in the next few years?
So I think broadly, I think sustainability is key, and that doesn't just mean environmental. It means to make sure that you can continue to grow, because there's trends that come, but then the supply can't
Yes.
necessarily keep up. So for us, we can scale to tens of thousands of tons a year, no problem. So that making sure you can continue to grow, and people want to know more where things come from, what they're putting in the mouth,
Exactly.
where it comes from. So that's definitely a trend. More specifically to us, thyroid health is huge. Because iodine the intake is in massive decline, thyroid issues are growing and growing. So now in the US, thyroid medication is one of the biggest prescribed
Yes.
medications in the US, and no one really talks about it, but it affects all aspects of your health, and you can sort of live with it, but you don't live great. So
No.
it can make you put on weight, it can make you tired, it can make your brain fog. So all this does naturally is give your body what it needs to address those. So the fact that medication is shooting up shows that that's a trend, and this is a natural solution.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. If our listener want to know more about your product or get in contact with you, how can they do that?
So they can visit us, it's Doctor Seaweed, so DOCTOR seaweed.com, or follow us on Instagram or TikTok, and Catalo also on their website for the US, we're there as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much for taking
Thank
the time
you.
to speak to us and enjoy your experience with Expo West.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.